How y'all doing? Curdy Cool is back again. How y'all doing? Curdy Cool is back again, baby. Hey, my talk show tonight, so many of my friends are moving out of California to Texas. Baby, why is that? I mean, they are coming in on the bus truckload, baby. They are getting out of California. Now, I heard the stories about the homelessness. Oh yeah, you guys ever pull it up on the internet? Man, I mean, I'm talking about Skid Row. All homeless people everywhere, man. I'm talking about people who really used to be somebody, you know? And a lot of the people out there, they sort of feel like the government has turned on them, have let them down. You know, what happened to the affordable houses? I mean, you know, you got the state of California like that, a beautiful, beautiful state. Government, nobody's doing anything to help all these people. I mean, I used to go to the garment district out in I guess LA, somewhere out there close to Skid Row. And man, you talking about now homeless people everywhere, man. You can't even turn a block nowhere. It's just homeless people after homeless people after homeless people. Hey, how y'all doing out there? Curdy Cool. I know y'all haven't saw Curdy Cool in a minute or two. I step away 2 or 3 days and I done grow the beard, baby. You know, that stuff grow like overnight. I can grow a beard less than 2 or 3 days. Now check this out now. I got so many people that I know, they say the housing out there is just so expensive. The cost of living is so expensive. The gas is so expensive. They complain about the crime rate. It's just steady, terrible everywhere you go. Y'all think about this, man. And I can't believe, you know, the governor of that state is not doing anything to help all these people. I mean, I pull this stuff up in everywhere I'm talking about. Young, old, it don't matter. Just every which way. I mean, it's more like a natural disaster, you know? And what are these poor people gonna do here, you know? I mean, I look at this, oh Lord. I just couldn't take it no more. I just had to shut the page. I had to shut it down. I couldn't look at it no more. I mean, I thought it was like a terrible disaster. I mean, I'm talking about, now check this out. A lot of this stuff, it'd be people who once upon a time really had something going on. They had all these big houses. They had a whole lot of stuff going on. I mean, there was really somebody out in California, man. I mean, they talk about the taxes and the mortgages and all this stuff, man, is just skyrocketing. And the crime rate is steady skyrocketing out in California. I mean, the houses, it's getting to a point where it's unaffordable unless you rich and got a whole lot of money, baby. You know, that's the only way you are going to be able to stay in California and survive in California. If you got a whole lot of money and you got your stuff set up pretty good, now you can survive out in California. You can make it, but the route that is going, so many homeless people everywhere. I mean, even if you do have it all going on. Now check this out now. Now, the fires are just terribly bad. The smog is terribly bad. I mean, you got all this great scenery and all this stuff going on out in California, but a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I know, yeah, is talking about getting out of California. They're so disappointed with what it has become at this point. I mean, it's just terrible, you know. And I just don't know how these poor people are going to survive out there. Now they say the average person out there making $25 an hour is still not enough. It could be two people in the same house working for $25 an hour, and it's still hard to pay the rent or pay the house note because all these taxes, you know, that they tack on to everything, all these high mortgages. I mean, just everything is just outrageous. I'm telling you, man. Woo! And that's probably another reason why CURTIEECOOL'S got out of California too, right along with all that other stuff, you know. And this video is going to be short, but I tell you, man, I look at this stuff and I'm just blown away. The way things are going out there. And don't you know, I mean, you look every corner, every block, everywhere you look, and then you got people like using the restrooms all out in the street. You know, I heard it's pretty bad out there in San Francisco too. I mean, all up and down out there, you know. I see them talking about that stuff. I mean, people actually doing number 2 in the streets all over the place. You know, they got it's to a point now where it has a truck that comes out, you know, that big old truck that disinfect the whole street, all that kind of stuff because of all these diseases that are spreading out there. Well, it's actually the same thing out in LA and Skid Row and all up and down at all those bridges, all up and down out there. It's just miles and miles of people who are homeless, and they claim that the affordable housing, the people are still waiting for them to start building affordable housing, but it's like they never really did anything about it. They never really started other affordable houses. And so now it's a whole lot of people who are stuck into the system of being homeless. Now, number one, you can't afford this high ass rent. You know, you are going to pay the first and the last month rent up front, baby. You might be paying like for 1 bedroom about $4 or $5 grand up front. I remember when I was out in California for the first time, I had to come up with about $4,000 or $5,000 right up front just to move in to a 1 bedroom apartment when I first moved out in California. Now here in Texas, we are so blessed, y'all. I mean, you can find a $99 movie in anywhere. I mean, when I left Texas and I got to California, I mean, we are so spoiled out here, just spoiled rotten, man. When I first, let's say, made it to California, I was looking around. Well, where's the $99 special movie in? Well, where you come from, boy? It ain't no $99 special nowhere. You know, everything here is the first and the last month right up front. They don't give you a break with nothing. So it's like 2 or 3 people has got to be working in order to pay all the bills or pay the rent and keep up with everything. And they tax you on everything. Gas. Man, one gallon of gas. For regular gas, I heard, what? $3.75, $4 a gallon. And that's for regular unleaded. It might be what, $4.50, $5 a gallon right about now. Now here in Texas, I mean, we pay like what, $2.39, $2.49. You know, somewhere in there, you catch a pretty reasonable place. I mean, the gas is so much cheaper than that. But you can really live and be free out here in Texas. You know what I mean? You know, forget about all that, with all the beautiful scenery. You got all the mountains and you got all this stuff. Man, I look at how I can be, you know what I'm saying, comfortable. Everything, you're comfortable here in Texas, so I can understand why a whole lot of people are moving out of California. Not only are they moving to Texas, but I hear them talk about Louisiana, uh, what's that, Carolina. I mean, they just want to go back to their roots where they can do their own little gardens and do their own little thing out in the country, and they can fish and they can do all kind of different things. They don't have all these high property taxes and all this other stuff going on. People just wants to live and be free. This is what it's all about. You just want to be free and be comfortable. You don't have to have a whole lot of money to be happy out here in Texas, you know? You know what I mean? And now I hear a lot of people talk about, now, for a 2-bedroom apartment out there in California, you're gonna pay what? $2,500? No, for a 2-bedroom? What? 2,500 to 3,000 or 4,000 a month, somewhere in there, and you get a whole lot less for your money. You know what I mean? Everything be like a little box, and the walls be so thin. You know what I mean? It be like you are in a cardboard box, y'all. I mean, I was out there when I first moved into my first apartment out there in California. I couldn't believe it. All that money that I was paying, and the walls were so thin, and it was like just, you couldn't even move around. It was so small. A 1-bedroom cost me $2,200 a month, and they wanted the first and the last month up front. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang. Now a 2-bedroom, you talking about what? Hello. How y'all doing? I lost my connection. Okay, I'm back once again. What happened was I lost my connection. I don't know what happened. The signal got lost. But I'm back once again. Curdy Cool is back again here. And I talk about this stuff about people are moving from California to Texas and surrounding areas. I mean, I hear them talk about Dallas. I mean, people say, I hear a lot of people talk about, they moved from California. They tried Arizona. Arizona is getting to be just like California because everything is like too expensive. So now it's like too much going on in Arizona. Okay, so now most people are saying they're moving to Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Dallas, Austin. Now they are saying that Austin, Texas is pretty much another California, but it's not near about as bad. Now check this out now. I remember when I was living in California some years ago. I mean, the traffic was so bad, and a lot of my friends who are moving out of California now, I mean, they go there to pursue their acting career. But guess what? They get out there and realize that, you know how long it takes them? They said it takes them like 4 or 5 hours just to get somewhere, a place that's no more than about 30-40 minutes away. Oh, it take them 4 to 5 hours to get there. You know what I mean? The traffic is ridiculous out in California. So how can you deal with that? With the traffic, the crime rate. I mean, you got the homelessness is just terrible out there I mean, Skid Row. I mean, all up and down LA, all up and down out there, homeless people everywhere. You know, I'm like, is really the governor out there? Are they doing anything to help these people? I mean, is it any kind of way that they can really build houses, you know, like to get these people into? Now, I heard, now it's a whole lot of mentally ill people out there on the streets, and it's a whole lot of folks who are on drugs, and somehow they got lost into the shuffle. They got with that wrong crowd out in California. Now, in the very beginning, they had money, they had big hopes, and they had big dreams. But guess what, baby? They got with the wrong crowd and started hanging with the wrong crowd. And that's the worst thing that anybody could ever do, is start doing drugs. Why would you start doing drugs? That's a rich man's habit there. Why would a poor man go to California and get on drugs? You know what I mean? Now, I cannot understand that. Now, you know that is a automatically you are going to be out on the street. You know what I mean? Now they say it's so terribly, so bad. I mean, Skid Row all up and down LA. I mean, people just use the restroom any and everywhere. I mean, the same thing is getting so bad out there in San Francisco. I was looking at that too. Same thing. You know, it's like now they are beginning to call it, you know, the Boo Boo City. You know, it's like you can't even walk downtown or walk around nowhere out there. You see folks boo booing everywhere out on the street, man. What is this world coming to? You know what I mean? It is getting so bad with the homeless people out there until, wow, man. Now, they got me on that one. Why is it that these people can't just move out of California? I mean, why don't the government, you know, just load up a whole lot of those folks on a bus or whatever, and hopefully find places for these people in another state somewhere, maybe in the country somewhere where the rent is much more affordable? Why can't they do this? But just to look at the so-called America, baby, and look at all this stuff that's going on out in California, man. It just breaks your heart over and over and over again. And I still just cannot understand why. Do you all think that the government just want to see all these people just suffer because they want to see all these poor people get out of California? Is that what is really going on here? I mean, why won't they do something to help all these people who are out on the streets? Y'all got any comments? Anybody got anything to say? How y'all doing? Curtie Cool, back on the scene. I just want to say hello to all my peoples out there. Hello, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, I hope everybody's doing well out there. I understand everybody's kind of like just taking it easy. Maybe it's a lot of folks who really don't want to talk about that situation out in California. But I am hearing more and more people talk about this stuff every single day. You know what I mean? And it breaks your heart, you know, to see all this stuff going on, you know. And we are so fortunate here in Texas. I mean, everything is affordable. I mean, a 2-bedroom apartment, I mean, you can live. You can get that for what? About $1,000? $1,200 a month? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In some places, you can get it for about what? $950, $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell y'all something. They say it's so expensive out there in California. I don't see how they are able to afford to pay all those taxes. They say they just overly price the taxes, the mortgages, and all that stuff on the property out there. You know? And then on top of it, you got to live. And then you got groceries, you got electric bill, you got gas bill, you got water bill, then you got all this expensive gas. You got to pay, to get gas. And then on top of it, think about it now, you are going to burn a whole lot more gas, trying to get from point A to point B. Now, if it takes you normally 30 minutes to get to where you got to go, and now it taking you what, 4 to 5 hours, well, that's more gas that you are going to have to burn just to try to get to work. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Hey, if I was like most Californians, I'd get the hell up out of California, man. I mean, to me, that is a rich man's paradise place to live. You got a whole lot of money, you got a lot of things going on in your life. I look at it like this. California is more like just a place to visit, get away, take a vacation, Now, when the economy was real good and it really don't have all that high expensive as rent and all that stuff, is too expensive to live there, now I can see a person, trying to be in California. But ain't no way in the world I would even try to think about moving back to California right now. All you got to do, pull up all that stuff. You'll see. Right now, they're predicting that California is the worst place to live at. You know what I'm saying? It's the worst place to live in right now because of all that homelessness and all the bad economy out there, and the cost of living and homeless people everywhere. Everything is just too expensive. So how are these poor people going to make it out there? I understand you guys are chasing a dream. You guys are starstruck. But if you out on the streets and you homeless, I would forget about trying to be a star. I get the hell up out of there and go on back to my hometown. Or why not going back to a country town somewhere where everything is very reasonable? It's going to become a time when everybody's going to have to go back to their roots anyway. You know what I mean? When I say go back to your roots of the old school way, you're going to have to learn how to survive, baby. How to fish, how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? How to take care of yourself the old-fashioned way. How to have your own garden. How to have all these different things that will help you to survive. I mean, and then you probably be more healthier. You got all that pollution out there in California. Why would you want to live out there? You know what I mean? Hey, this is Curdy Cool. Yeah. Welcome to my show. I just thought I'd talk about that. People moving out of California to Texas, and it really is disgusting, to see all this stuff. Hey, how you doing, Keisha? She said, I live in Oakland, California, born and raised, and you were speaking the truth. Hey, thank you. I know I am. A friend is from Oakland, California out there. I mean, she did her thing just in time and got up out of there. And I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of people that I know out there in Oakland and San Francisco and all up and down out there. And they talk about how terrible it has gotten out there. And you were born and raised there. Are you still in Oakland? Are you still in Oakland, Keisha? But you know what I'm talking about, though. Like, you just pull it up on it. I pull this stuff up from here in Houston. And I'm like, is it that bad out there in San Francisco? People have to live in a trailer or something like that. They're trying to make it, whoever have a little bit of money. And if you walking around downtown or somewhere out there, I heard in San Francisco, I mean, they say people is doing number twos out in the street, just everywhere. I mean, it's like, is it that bad? I'm like, dang, wow. Hey, the governor, somebody needs to do something about that. So he's still out there in Oakland. I can understand why Keisha Cole got out of Oakland. Ain't nothing wrong with California if you can afford it, and if they would just clean it up. You know what I mean? Clean it up. I mean, all the beautiful scenery and all the beautiful things that's going on out there in California. I mean, it's beautiful, but it appears to me like they are just letting it go down. I was out there for like how many years? About 7 years. And wow, I struggled for a long time, trying to keep it together because everything was just too expensive. Too expensive. I managed, but it was always in the back of my mind. I'm going back to Texas. You know what I mean? Can't deal with this. I was one of those starving actors. Okay, I'm gonna pack up and do like the hillbillies do, Keisha, and just jump up and move to California. And thank God during that time, at least I can say, I had quite a bit of money saved up during that time. So it held up pretty good, but once the money started running out, and then you start seeing how everything is just too expensive, and it's like it got to a point where after 7 years, and then when all that stuff happened to me out there, I got up out of California. I said, I'm not dealing with this, not dealing with it. So I don't mean to disappoint anybody, Keisha. I mean, I understand this is your hometown, but more and more people is talking about this stuff, and they really truly are disappointed with the way things are going. And I pull it up, and they said right now, people are talking about the analysis that California is getting to be the worst place to live in right now. So anyway, this is Curdy Cool. I hope everybody's doing fine out there. I just had to come on and talk about this stuff. I got friends. I'm telling you, they still out there. They talking about packing up and getting up out of there. I'm talking about in L.A. and they talk bad about Riverside. And then they talk about San Francisco, Oakland. I'm thinking Oakland and San Francisco is like right next door. People's talking about that stuff, and they say it is terrible, and the crime rate is terrible. I mean, you get a chance to see the stars and do all that good stuff, all that beautiful scenery. But it seemed like to me that's more like a place for a rich man's paradise. And if you don't have a whole lot of money, well, how are you going to survive out there in California? And then now, if you are not into all this other stuff that's going on out there in California, like the way they got it, I'm just going to be straight up with it. With all that porno stuff, all that stuff, man, if you're not into all that stuff and all the movies like that, you're not going to be able to make it. I hear about a whole lot of young ladies go there chasing after the dream because of all the beautiful weather and the beautiful beaches, and when your money is funny, now the good girl will turn into a bad girl. Once you move out to California and be out there for a little while, it's all about survival at that stage. And so a lot of young ladies that I know, they turn into that kind of stuff, but they really didn't want to do it. But they feel like they didn't have any choice. You know what I mean? I'm telling the truth. That's just the way it is. But I'm glad I got out of there, Keisha. Now, say like if you are thinking about getting out of California, well, Austin, Texas probably would be your next best step compared to California. You know why I say that? Because you got all the mountains, the cost of living not not quite as high as California. You know what I mean? It's decent. You can live real good. You got all the mountains, beautiful scenery, got a whole lot of stuff to do. Austin. Austin is a beautiful place. You know what I mean? At one point, I was thinking about moving to Austin at one point, you know? So they do have some nice parts here in Texas. I'm going to have to say like Dallas or San Antonio, or the outskirts here in Texas, or Louisiana. They talk about North Carolina and all these different little country towns in Florida. You know what I mean? But people is getting out of California. So anyway, teacher, what else is going on out there? Your sister-in-law lives in Austin? I know they love it out here in Austin. I'm telling you, Austin, Texas is beautiful. I love it in Austin. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. You know, the only thing is that if you are from California, a lot of people come down and they start feeling like, okay, seem like it's a big old country town. It's slow. You know, that's the first thing they would say. There's a whole lot of country people. You know what I mean? No, it's not a whole lot of country people. It's just that you are used to that super fast lifestyle. You know, I'm talking about California, New York. It's the same. It's just that you are used to the super fast lifestyle. Now, if you want to live good and be healthy and be comfortable and have everything going your way, and then just be healthy, you know, and be happy, you know. But then Texas, Carolina, Austin, Florida, I heard Tennessee, Dallas, all these places, Oklahoma, all these places are good places to live that's affordable, and you can get a whole lot more for your money. You know what I mean? And be happy. Now, I'm the kind of guy, I prefer to stay right here in Texas. If I want to go to California, well, then I'll fly out to California, you know, 3 or 4 days a week, and then I'm out of there. Because I can't deal with all that, with all them homeless people, and just to see that the governor, they are not helping these people out there. They are not, and it becomes a point when you see so much of this stuff, with all this crime and this homelessness. I mean, if you coming from Texas to California, and it's like everywhere you look, and then you see it has gotten so bad where it's out of control. You know what I mean, Keisha? Where you see people doing all this stuff out in the street, and then the crime rate is so bad. I mean, it's everywhere out of control. Out of control. Until now, it begins to seem like it's turning into a third world country right here in America. You got a big old beautiful state like California turning into a third world state for the poor, because nobody's seen to help these people. Am I right? So you said it is out of control. Wow. I mean, I've been keeping up with this stuff. I mean, the crime rate is just so bad out there. I mean, you really have to look over your shoulders at all times. And by it being so many poor people who have lost their jobs, and there's not a whole lot of jobs out there, and I heard that is more and more companies are moving out of California because of those high taxes and all this stuff that they're adding on to these companies. It's forcing these companies to get out of California. So now a whole lot of people are stuck without a job, can't find a job. You know what I mean? So wow. And how does it feel? Now you got a job out there, you're doing good, but as soon as you step out your door, look around, it's all kind of crime, all kind of homeless people. You know what I mean? That would kind of work on me mentally. I'm like, damn, is anybody doing anything to help these people out here? Anybody doing anything? Just to see this every day would blow my mind. You know what I mean? I couldn't deal with it. You know, gas is $3.70. That's for regular gas, right? Wow, a regular gallon of gas here in Texas, Houston, you can get regular for like 2.49, 2.69 a gallon. You know what I mean? You can get plus. Let's see, plus you can get what? I said I done got, because I use plus in my car, and I get it for at least what, 2.69, 2.79, and at times you get it a lot cheaper than that, and that is plus. Now, super, you can get it maybe what, right at $3, or maybe 3.05 or something like that a gallon. I'm talking about super unleaded. So I just don't see how these people are able to make it in California. You know, with the gasoline prices so high, and then you have to sit out in your car in the traffic, and don't let it be so hot, and all these fires are going on, all these fires on top of that. Then these mudslides, you know what I mean? Then these earthquakes. Y'all see what I'm talking about? So all of this stuff is going on. How could you afford to live into this kind of condition? Now, say with all this smoke blowing all over the place, all this fire, all this smoke, you keep on inhaling this stuff, you know, this stuff is going to mess you up, because all this stuff is inhaled into your body, into your lungs. You know what I mean? So it really don't seem like it's healthy to me at all. You know, with all the fire. I mean, it still got people now. They see all this stuff going on, and they still staying in California. But you know, they can't move out of California because they can't afford it. They don't have the money to move. You know what I mean? But how are we gonna move? We don't have the money to move. You know what I mean? But you can pull it up. If anybody is thinking about moving to Houston, just pull it up. You can find an apartment, $99 movie in, first month free. You know what I mean? All you got to do is find yourself a job, $99 movie in, first month free. You know what I mean? I mean, we happy here. You know, people is happy. Now, it becomes time now, okay, it gets the rain and hurricanes and a little flooding at times. But at least you know well in advance what's going on here in Houston. Okay, it's going to be a bad hurricane going to come through this way. You know what I mean? If it's that bad, we will know. People know to pack up, board up, and go to higher ground. You know what I mean? If it's going to be flooding, if you get flooded out, well, of course, we stick together out here. People help one another out here. You know what I mean? We always bounce back. Now, all these people who get their cars flooded out and all this kind of stuff, everybody rides around in a brand new car. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way it is out here. You know what I mean? So, to me, it's kind of like a blessing here in Houston in a sense, because now, let's say like a lot of these car dealership places, they wasn't selling a whole lot of cars. You think about it now. The good Lord know how to do this thing. Hurricane season roll around, say like if folks house get flooded or the roof get blowed off, you know what I'm saying, the furniture get all messed up. But now the furniture business boom up and the car business boom up. Everybody gonna need a house full of furniture, and everybody's gonna need a good used car, a brand new car. So that's a good thing. So guess what? That boosts up the economy here in Houston. And if you can find like higher ground, you know, where it don't flood, you don't have anything to worry about. You know what I mean? You don't have anything to worry about. You know, where I live for the past, 8 years, never really got flooded out. You know what I mean? So now they are pretty much rebuilding these different little drain areas where it normally floods, that kind of stuff. I mean, they are working on this stuff, widening this stuff, and doing different things so that this water won't flood out. You know, like I know you probably heard about like on a South Braeswood, you know, that Braeswood Bayou. Oh man, at one point in Milan, all those people got flooded out because of that bayou, those high bayous. You know what I mean? But now, guess what? They have widened this stuff so wide and have built all around this stuff until when this last big flood came through here, it did not overflood the Braes Bayou and out in Milan. Now people are beginning to reconstruct their houses and build it in a sense where it could withstand if the water did override the bayou. But then they got like some kind of way they build the houses where it's sitting on top with big old tanks or whatever. And if it gets that bad, it'll just drain right down into this big tank. You know what I mean? Big steel tank or whatever. You know what I mean? But different things happen, but then just naturally just got to rethink and rebuild and get it straight, because don't think that things are going to stay the same. I mean, this is, hey, look here, man, next year will be 2020, you know what I mean? So we don't know what's going to happen in 2020 and 2021 and all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I just feel blessed, you know, to be here in 2019, you know what I mean? I feel blessed, you know what I mean? And I got my health and my strength, and I thank God every day that, you know, I'm not on the street, you know, that kind of thing. And wow, that's really terrible. So you said, Keisha, you said gas in Oakland is $3.70 a gallon, and that's pretty much for regular gas. Wow. Wow. So everything is too expensive. So how long you been living out there? You been out there all your life? Born and raised. Oh, okay. I can understand that. But folks are getting out of California, I'm telling you. A lot of people I know, they said they done had enough. And guess what? They said they was born and raised out there. And they say they have gotten so bad with the crime rate. The crime rate. And I'm talking about with all this, you know, with all these homeless people, and then the cost of living, everything is just too expensive until they can't afford it no more. So now it's to a point where all the companies, a whole lot of companies, is moving out of California. You know what I mean? So what the people gonna do now when they all, you know, like pack up, move out of there? What they gonna do? You know what I mean? So anyway, this is Curty Cool. I just thought I'd come on for a minute and talk about this stuff. I mean, it's so sad, you know. I mean, it just breaks your heart when you look at this kind of stuff that's going on out there, you know, like San Francisco and Oakland and LA and what they call it, Skid Row, and all up and down out there. They say it's gotten pretty bad out there, in Riverside out there too. It's getting pretty bad. Really bad. So all I can do is pray for all you good people out there, and hopefully you guys do the right thing. You know what I mean? Do the right thing. Sometimes you might have to make a change in your life, because if it's getting that bad out there, it's going to keep on getting bad. You know what I mean? And to me, if they're not doing anything out there in California to help all those people, it appears to me the governor of that state, they want all the poor people to move out of there. They can get all the poor people to move out of there. You know what I'm saying? They can make it a land just for the rich. You know what I mean? But still, you got to still deal with all those earthquakes and those fires. I mean, wow. You think about it, like you guys out there in California, okay? You can't even walk out your door, drive down the street with all that fire, ash, smoke, all that stuff all in the air. You inhaling all that stuff. That stuff, that's not good for your health, no way. You inhaling that stuff into your lungs. Now you find out now what, another 6 months to a year or so, you're all messed up. You can't hardly breathe no more. You can't understand why this stuff is coming on to you. You inhaling all that bad smoke out there in that air from all those fires. That stuff does something to your lungs when you're inhaling all that stuff. You know, when your body is used to nice, clean air, and now every day you gotta deal with all them fires or all that smoke in the air. Eventually, that stuff will mess you up. Seriously, I'm talking on a serious note. So anyway, this is Curdy Cool. I just thought I'd talk about this stuff for a minute. More and more people need to talk about this stuff. I just hope and pray that they do something, you know, to help those people out there and people like you, Keisha, you know, do something about all that homelessness and all that high cost of living and all that stuff, man. They really truly need to do something about that. And I just can't stop talking about all these people out here who are homeless. Wow, that's terrible. That stuff will break your heart over and over again. Hey, I hope the governor or whoever, y'all listen, if y'all ever listen to this video, y'all please do something to help those people out there. Y'all could do something better than that, where you guys can make it affordable houses out there. I mean, why everybody got to be so greedy? You know what I mean, Keisha? It was nice chatting. Why is it that they got to be so greedy out there? Why can't, now you look at it like this here now. You got all these apartments out here. You know what I mean? I understand. But why can't they come on down on apartments and make it affordable for everybody? Why can't the city of California, you know, get this place cleaned up and get all these people off the street? You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to call it a night anyway, so you have a good night. I just thought I'd talk about this stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, bye.